Welcome to the Savvy Property Investors Podcast, a weekly show that delivers the best hard-hitting property industry news, business advice, and talks that will get you ascending in the real estate industry. Now, here's your host, the amazing award-winning property and business coach, best-selling author, and serial entrepreneur, Miss Sapphire Gray.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Savvy Property Investors Show. This show is for newbies or seasoned property investors, coaches, consultants, and trainers who want to become savvy investors and build a legacy in property for your loved ones. My name is Sapphire Gray, and I'll be your host today. Every week, we'll bring you different episodes about the property investment business or other various business topics on how you can grow as an expert in business. Sometimes we interview clients, sometimes I do solo, and sometimes we interview experts from different industries, especially in the property sector. Today's topic is the guide to finding the right investment property. On this episode, you're going to learn a lot on how to find the right property investments and what you should look out for, especially when it comes to financing your investment. But before I introduce our topic today and go through it, I want to give you a couple of things that you need to think about. First of all, where do you want to invest in property? Have you found that sought after location where you want to invest? What funds do you have to invest with? And thirdly, what are you like as an investor? Are you a hands-on or a hands-off investor? These are the things I would like you to consider while listening to this presentation. Have you heard of the Property Investors Toolkit? I've mentioned it every week, but I'm going to mention it again. It's a toolkit that really helps you to balance out your knowledge while investing in property. I've managed to do it into 7 parts, so it's easy to follow. And really, it's a step-by-step manual that will really help you to really get the best out of investing in property. There comes with handy download templates, comes with databases, and so many other things. I've really given you a pack jam toolkit that you can go off and invest in property. This is on a special offer at £37. So head over to www.savvywomen.co.uk where you can pick up this gem of a toolkit for £37 today. It also will be in our show notes, so don't forget to look out for the link so that you can go over and start to invest in yourself and get the knowledge that you need for your property investment journey. For those that don't already know me, my name is Sapphire Gray, as I said before. I'm an award-winning property and business coach with over 30 years experience in the property and business field, over 19 qualifications, copious awards. Up till last year, we was winning awards, and this year we won a property award as well. I'm a best-selling author with 2 publications, in fact, 3 publications already out there that you can go ahead and purchase on our website as well. So this week's Savvy Property Investors show is all about the guide to finding the right investment property. I feel the tips that I'm going to give you and the guide I'm going to give you today will give you a better understanding of how to invest in the right property, whether that's residential or going to rent it out or buying commercial property to uplift and sell on. So whatever your property projects are, this presentation is for you. So finding the right investment property is certainly one of the keys to succeeding with investing in property. That could be for rental, that could be for flipping properties, that could be for HMOs, commercial properties, can be for different strategies, HMOs, buy-to-lets, different strategies that you may want to do. So this will really help you today to get a better understanding on how you can do this. How much time, energy, cost do you want to put in to this process? First, consider whether you want to look for investment properties on your own or whether you wish to use an estate agent or property finder to assist you in your process. Using an estate agent will allow you to receive properties probably on a daily basis of what's on the market fitting your criteria. But the best way is finding someone that can source properties on your behalf, because they're generally out there to source properties with your criteria, and finding those properties that other estate agents don't have, that might not even come to market yet, could be a lucrative deal going forward for your investments. In many cases, estate agents may know of properties which have just come on the market and which may not notice by anyone else. An estate agent is really usually there to show you what the local neighborhood has to offer. So if you're looking in a specific location, an estate agent would really help you to understand where is the best place to buy for your investment, local schools, local hospitals, universities, colleges, and transportation is also a key one. But they also help you to see whether you might be going to overprove a property in that location. So it's always good to really register yourself with local estate agents, that you can get a better understanding of the location and what is the facilities that is surrounding the property that you are currently looking at. We have a power team in our elite power team, which includes mortgage brokers, solicitors, tax advisors, and accountants. So if you wanted to start up in the right way, please reach out on www.savvywomen.co.uk, where we will be able to really assist you in finding that deal and helping you to get it pushed over the line so that you can start making profits in your business. So finance checks, this is one that I've always told clients to really look out for, because when you're looking to invest in property, you want to know that you can actually get the finance to do it. You can also look at using other people's money to get into a property deal if the deal is right. But if you want to personally do it yourself, make sure that you actually get your property and your credit checks done before you're actually looking for a property. Make sure that you've got all your finance and all your ducks in a row. Ideally, you should check your credit report several months before wanting to invest. So you make sure that there's no adverse credit on there or anything that should stop you from going ahead and investing in your investment properties. The accuracy on your credit reports will also reflect. So if there's any damaging information on there, at least you have enough time in which you can then make sure that that comes off and contact the relevant agents to make sure that comes off. Your credit score actually plays a major part in when you're looking at finance, and especially if you're looking to get a mortgage from a mortgage lender. They will go on to your credit report to see how you are when it comes to paying your bills. Are you on time? Is there any red flags? Have you got CCJs, defaults? Have you been bankrupt before? This all sits on your credit file, so you can't run away from the issue and not declare it. They will check it. Another thing to note as well, even if those situations have happened, there is finances that you can actually get if you've got CCJs, defaults, or even been bankrupt. Contact our finance department, SWG and finance. They will be able to really help you to understand what's on your credit file and what you can actually get in regards to a mortgage. So research is really key as well. What to look for and the market values of your property. It is very important to do your market research of the local market and why the birth of that, so that you don't overpay for a property as well. Always look at sold properties, not for sale properties, sold properties. And why do I say that? Primarily because sold properties is a true reflection of what a property at that standard would sell for. There is ceiling prices on the road, and when I talk about ceiling prices, every property in an area won't go up to a certain amount. So if you're looking in an area where the values are only valued at and sold at, say, £250, and you want to get a return on that property, say for £500,000, it's going to be virtually impossible for you to get a return on your investment in that particular location. There is locations in the UK which you can get those kind of values up to and over millions of pounds as well. But location is really key, and not to look at your research, making sure that you're searching in the areas where even if you can't sell the property, it's a good rental property that you can turn it into. In August 2021 in Edinburgh, their prices rose to 63% throughout one in-demand Edinburgh neighbourhood. According to reports commissioned by the ESPC, 2 to 3 bedroom homes were being snapped up, whilst like in Abbey Hill, the cost of 1 bedroom flats had fallen by 1.8%. There's loads of different data out there, so please do your research. If you're looking to invest in Edinburgh, if you're looking to invest in London, Kent, or Liverpool, or any other surrounding areas, always do your research in those areas, because it will give you a better value of what money you need to lay out, as well as what the property values can be if you're looking to buy the property to flip the property. So, what can potentially renovations costs set you back? Carefully consider both the advantages and disadvantages of purchasing a property that is labelled as a fixer-upper. While you may be able to purchase the property for less money than other properties, you may well find that you are purchasing a money pit. If you are not an experienced investor, your first investment shouldn't be a flip. It should be just a nice little turnaround where you're just adding a value to it, adding paint, probably changing the kitchen, which isn't too strenuous, carpets and such likes, just a light refurb to put out. But if you're going to go out full out and purchase a property that probably had subsidence, there isn't no roof for it, or it's really dilapidated, I always call it the free wall house. That means one wall is missing. Then you really have to get your understanding under control, because it is a nervous situation you could put yourself into, and not knowing what you're doing could leave you strapped for cash in the end. So make sure that you understand what you're doing. Get a builder to inspect it with you. There's various things that you need to look out for, and there's other properties out there that might require smaller amounts of work that will save you money but give you a good return on your investment as well. If you're a seasoned investor, this shouldn't phase you. This should be something that you'll be able to get into without looking back. But again, even some seasoned investors are not big on the big renovations. So always make sure you do your due diligence and make sure that you've got somebody there to support your journey, so that you don't fail and lose money and put a lot of money in, sunken money, into a property that's not going to give you a return. Now, we've covered a lot of topics so far, so join us after the break with more insights from myself, Sapphire.
Like what you hear so far? Make sure you never miss a show by clicking the subscribe button below. Our podcast is only made possible by great listeners like you.
And welcome back. Thank you so much for listening to me previously, just going through the different steps that you need to know when you're looking at to purchase a property, making sure you do all your due diligence as well. So here we're looking at troubleshooting. Before you purchase any property, take the time to have it inspected. Even if you have it inspected on your own, i.e. looking at the roof lines, internal works, is there any cracks? Is the garden sound? Is the foundation sound of the property? Is the windows need replacing? Anything like that. Still get a professional to go over it, the property as well, especially when it comes to the boilers, electrical wiring, if the paint is got lead in it, and overall safety of the property. Because once you've got a professional survey done on a property, at least you know what you're getting into, and it just definitely wouldn't drain your pockets, as I previously said before. And this will just save you trouble down the road. A lot of people just try to look at a property and said, "Oh, I just see a couple of cracks, they're air cracks." And it turned out to be that the property was moving and it had subsidence. So please, when it comes to looking at your properties, get a professional in to help you to see what is wrong with the property, and then you can assess whether all the cost of works is still going to end you up with a nice little profit. An inspection can sometimes turn up problems as well, which you might not notice, but which could ultimately cost you thousands of pounds. You will typically be required to pay for an inspection. However, it is wise to invest now that it could save you money in the long run. Location, location, location. This is just a key thing. Take the time to well research the local property market and the neighborhood. Check the local police department to find out whether the area is safe and if you need to provide additional security to your property. Drop by the local town hall and determine whether there are plans for local area that could be potentially lower the value of your property or even increase the value of your property. Research the property market in the area to find the conditions and the prices that you're sorting after. If you have gone down, price has gone down recently, this could be an indication that the rents will also be low. On the other hand, if the house prices have risen in that area, it could be an indication that there is a demand for properties in that area in which you then can charge higher rents. Finally, do not rush at all. Don't rush. Do not make the mistakes of settling for a property simply because you just want to get that investment under that first investment under your belt, or you just want to add to your portfolio. This could result as an investment that will require you to spend more time and or more money than you originally planned for and detract you from your profit margins. There are lots of avenues to get in on the investment property ladder, but making irrational decisions can inevitably become a burden. Losing your money instead of increasing your profits as well will really be a deterrent for your next one. And you'll feel frustrated and feel like you've not done enough due diligence to really become that savvy property investor. But with these tips, you are a few steps closer, I hope, to your goal. Savvy Women Group wants to continue to help you on your path of securing your property journey and your finances. We offer a range of property courses and an academy focusing on preparing you for success in your venture. Our free lifetime access to resources is also available and massively helpful. So go ahead and download those free resources on our website. For our weekly podcast, please feel free to sign up and go ahead and do that today so you won't miss out on anything else that I have to say. So in conclusion, investing and making property work for you doesn't have to be overwhelming, not at all. Property coaches, mentor, and other people that want to get into property that will teach you and help you and guide you. It doesn't need to be overwhelming, as I said. And if you really want to work with us, feel free to reach out to us on our social media handles, which I'll give you in a minute. But make sure that you always do your due diligence. Go to the local area where you want and sign up with estate agents and also letting agents if your intentions is to let it out. Don't rush into it, any decisions. Take your time for your first investment. Once you get on that property ladder of investing, then you can go ahead and do another one And once you start getting the experience under your belt, I'm sure you will fly and be able to do multiple deals within your time. But taking one step at a time is the advice I can give you today. Yes, you may become uncomfortable, but later on you'll be very comfortable by making the right decisions. So if you'd like to contact us, please feel free to contact us at 50 Savvy Women on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and also LinkedIn. Remember, you can reach out via email for a free discovery call if you need more information about property investment, finance, or anything else. Starting a property saving kitty or working out your property budget. Sign up for our Savvy Investors Academy now so that you can get more benefits from investing in property. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in today. It's been an absolute pleasure sharing with you how you can safely invest in property. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, rate us, review us, and download and share. You know we're on Spotify, we're on Apple and Facebook and all our social media platforms, so you don't have to miss another episode of the Savvy Property Investors Show. I look forward to sharing more insights in the property or business field with you next Friday at 9 a.m. Speak to you soon.
This week's episode of the Savvy Property Investors Podcast was brought to you by our sponsor, the Savvy Women Group. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's show, head over to our website, www.savvywomen.co.uk, to gain access to our free resources and more insights about our guest speaker today. Remember, we make your business our business, so you can unlock your full potential and improve your quality of life.